Before that, when I was young, and I quit young. I was with a multinational company called Malaysian Tobacco Company, and that was for 10 years. And my last post there was as an investment project leader, which means that I had to set up a
wabarakatuh dan selamat petang. Pertama kali saya ingin memohon maaf pada hari ini kerana kita menukar jam siaran kita daripada pukul 2 kepada pukul 5 atas sebab-sebab yang tak dapat dielakkan. Bagaimanapun pada hari ini bersama saya Mr. Ravindran Krishna Sami dan juga tetamu istimewa kita pada hari ini. Siapa beliau? Encik Wan Yusof bin Wan Ahmad. Menarik kita hari ini, kita nak berbincangkan tentang sambungan daripada episod yang lepas berkenaan dengan business plan. Jadi Mr. Ravi, do you have some introduction to do?
Yeah, first I want to welcome Encik Wan to our Innovative Business Channel. Thank you for sparing us your time. We are very happy that somebody like you has come to join us because we consider you a practitioner. You have gone through the rough and the hard and all the difficulties of business. So thank you very much for joining us. So maybe you can start, Encik Wan, by giving just a brief background of yourself for the benefit of our viewers.
Thank you very much, Rabi and Janas. Hello to everybody. This is my first time doing online, so it's a bit strange for me. Okay. My name is Wan Yusof bin Wan Ahmad. I'm a Kelantanese, by origin, and at the moment I'm in Kuala Lumpur, Batu Cave, and I've been in Kuala Lumpur for 35 years now. Already a resident of Selangor, and I was at the moment I'm a bun producer and bun seller. Okay, a small business located in my house. This is actually a homemade bun. We are selling, before COVID, we were selling in Pasar Malam, Pasar Tani, and also we were selling in a number of locations like restaurant Jantas Sungai Buloh. But before that, when I was younger, I was working with a multinational company called Malaysian Tobacco Company for 10 years, in the line of tobacco at first, and then graduated into investment. And later on, I was with a training company called International Training Consultants in Kuala Lumpur as well. And I was there for 5 to 6 years before I opted out to go into my own training business called Etika Masyhur Sendirian Berhad. With Etika Masyhur Sendirian Berhad, we were doing management training, business training, and also training people to become contractors, etc. And that took us 17 years until 2008. 2008 was a different year because some of the states in Malaysia fell down to a different party. Formerly it was Barisan Nasional, and then Pakatan Rakyat at the time took over, and because of that, business situation became very difficult, and we start thinking that we should go into a small business of our own. Then we start in 2010 producing our own buns, different quality of buns, very soft, very nice, and now until now it is already 11 years. We have gone into our 11th year doing business in bun making and bun selling. We sell our own buns. We don't put them into supermarkets or mini markets or whatever. We create our own selling outlets. Part of the reason was because our buns were unique. So people can't recognize our buns from the look of it. Sometimes it looks like it is a cake, not a bun, from outside. but it is a nice bun. It is a very soft and very fulfilling buns. That means that children will like it. Yeah, even mothers, fathers, even old people will like it. I'm sure Mr. Ravi, when once try it,
I'm sure
will like it. So we've been here for 11 years now, coming to our 11 years, and except for COVID, we have been doing very well. We have been doing quite well, yeah, as a small business.
Excellent.
Yeah. So COVID has changed everything, and I think it is very pertinent for our discussion here today, because with COVID, we need to change. We need to go into a different mode of operation. Sure. I see a problem, and with problem come opportunities, because the last time when we tried when we were selling, we just go out and sell. And I consider myself as a good salesman. I can sell ice to the Eskimo. So because of that, we have no problem selling. I go to Pasar Malam or Pasar Tani, yeah, where crowds are, and I can create my way to get people to buy my products. But now it's a different thing. Yeah, online is a different thing. People don't see me. Yeah. They don't see our products. They don't get to taste our products on the spot. Yeah. They don't get to decide. Yeah? And their weak points, like the children. I used to use the children, get them to try our products, and when they like it, the mother, the father will surely have to make sure that they buy. But not anymore. Not anymore. Okay? We have gone into the dark, what you call market, which mean the market of internet. People don't know us. Yeah, they don't taste our product. Yeah, they have a lot of questions. Yeah? Yes, a lot of doubts, yeah? And that is the challenge as far as the new market is concerned. And to every problem, there are opportunities. I look at this as a big opportunity, because when I was stuck in one market at one time, yeah, in the past, I'm now able to go into the Malaysian market, the whole Malaysian market, which means that it is much, much bigger than what I am now having. Yes. Yeah. But we have been doing trial and error for some times, and I think I have made a little bit of breakthrough, but not yet sufficient for us to, to be able to sustain ourselves in the digital market. We are in the process of building our new what you call business plan as well. Yeah, trying to crystallize our thinking into which way we can best adapt to the new environment. But as I said, this is a good opportunity, because even if after COVID has left us, I hope so, then we will be able to look into a bigger scope of market, much bigger. It could be hopefully it could be that we can be one of the big player in the business as far as Malaysia is concerned, at least. Thank you.
Excellent. What I wanted to ask you is, on March 18, when the government announced lockdown, tak boleh keluar, cannot go out of your house. What was your reaction of you and your management?
Well, we thought it was a 2-week affair. So we said, okay, what can 2 weeks do to us? But then we realized soon enough, I think, that things are not going to change that fast, especially when the Prime Minister come back and announce once again and yet once again that it will be extended. And looking at the situation in the world, I think some countries have just, contact at that time, in March and in April. Even the US was still enjoying a small figure. So we were then we realized that this pandemic is going to stay with us at least for 1 year. Yes. So we have then I think by something like early April, we have already realized that we need to go a different direction. Yeah, we cannot stop. You cannot stop here, and that's what lead us into the new market as now.
That's right. Anas?
Yep. Encik Wan.
Yes.
When last week kita berbincang tentang berkenaan dengan business plan. Salah satu objektifnya adalah untuk membantu peniaga-peniaga atau usahawan yang ingin bangun semula selepas COVID-19, kan? Jadi kalau kita nak buat business plan ni, biasanya kena sit down, tebal-tebal, nak kena draft dan sebagainya, kan? Tapi kita dah tak ada banyak masa. Apakah nasihat Encik Wan dalam situasi macam ni? Adakah cara yang pantas untuk kita buat business plan tu?
Okay, terima kasih Janas. Then can I speak in Malay or in English?
Malay also can English.
No problem, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Bilingual.
Yeah, I'm okay with both.
Okay, all right.
All right. So I speak in English so that it is a continuity that I don't have to jump here and jump there.
Okay.
To me, there is no shortcut as far as anything goes. Anything goes. Okay. If you want to succeed in what you set out to do, you can reduce time, only by focusing. If you focus, if you don't stray around, you can achieve things faster. That's the only cause. If you try to, like some student did, when I was teaching, I know that some student come up with works that the introduction looks like English, but the middle part look like French English. And somewhere further it looks like US English, and at the end when conclusion come, they have to resort to Manglish. So these are things that our students are doing. But I have come across them. I'm not saying that all of them does that. All of them do that, okay? But quite a number of them does copy and paste. Copy here, copy there. That is definitely no focus, because you are actually taking other people's brain from one part and the other. You need to be able to focus, because you need to solve problems when you come to creating your business. You need to ask hard question about your business. Like, for example, what are you into actually? What are you doing as far as business is concerned? Are you a food business? Or are you a manufacturing, what you call furniture manufacturer? Or are you doing what? And even then, you have to ask further question, into what type of food business do you do, or what type of what you call training business do you really do? Because there are a zillions of different type of business in the same field that you can do, and why do you do it differently? Each of these questions will lead you into crystallization of your idea, and that crystallization, will help you decide, which one that you will choose, and two, will help others see the potential of your business, and therefore, if they want to invest into your business, they can also do the same. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
So maknanya tak ada jalan singkat lah. There's no shortcut.
Not to me, especially now, especially the CNP, the copy and paste. Copy and paste era now.
During this COVID time, we really got to get more serious with the business plan than normal time.
Exactly.
Because COVID has changed all the parameters, all the assumptions.
Yes.
Market has changed. Now everything digital. So you need to cater to the digital market. And what are the things you did in the digital area in your business to cope with COVID?
Well, I have to ask around first and foremost, because digital, to me, is new, is German to me. And
sure.
Because of that, I have to ask around. One of which is my children's. They are good in digital, but not really very good because they are not doing business with digital. But I am an avid Facebook user.
Okay.
Discussing political matters and whatever with my friends. So I look at Facebook as one of the potential to what you call as a vehicle to promote my business. And from then, from Facebook and also from some of the digital companies already doing retail in digital business, I try to join them. Try to analyze and evaluate each one of them, whether I can, tag along and have a ride with them. And well, I have attended a few digital courses, which to me is not really helpful. And so until at the moment, I'm still groping. But well, as I said, I have made some breakthrough. Through our promotion, we have been able to contact some of the customers, quite substantial customers who came to us and said, we want to try your buns. And from there, they keep on making consistent orders. So not very much. We hope we can get more of this, but at least I can see lights at the end of the tunnel.
Yes. How do you do your distribution? You have your own van, or you use Grab, or how do you do your distribution of your bun?
That is definitely a new area. So we need to keep up in that area. And one of the problem is to get people who are really committed to come to you and do your distribution business. At the moment, we have to settle with number one, distributing it ourselves in nearby areas. We can't really entertain orders from Johor, from Penang, because this is a bun. People are not confident yet that they can receive buns within 1 day or 2 days. What if it takes 2 weeks? We have one experience that almost 2 weeks is the time taken for delivery. Luckily, it was a biscuit, not our bun. So we are still grappling in that, juggling our way. But we believe that we have now come up with a clear idea of what to do. Maybe we have to set up our own agents in places like Kelantan, Kedah, Penang. But it takes time. It takes time to develop. Especially COVID has just allowed us the freedom to move between states. So it is still early, you see, for us to look into that. But I believe that is the way forward for me.
It's good to hear that you have made many changes during COVID, and your business is still continuing. I think that's very important, because many people have just given up and say, we can't do this business anymore. We give up. Many people. I think majority have given up. If I may just take a guess.
Well, even some hotels have given up.
Hotels, so many are closing. Restaurants are closing.
Yep.
So many people are closing. But in your case, you have been resilient. You have changed your product, your method, gone into the internet. So this is what we want our listeners to hear, that in COVID, sometimes there's an opportunity. You can grow. And also, don't forget, your competitors, a lot of them have fallen by their side.
Exactly.
So if there are 50 bun manufacturers in Selangor, now maybe only 20 remaining or 10 remaining.
So less competition.
Yeah, less competition. So you can sapu the market, Yeah.
Well, it's not easy because it involves money. You have to go and sapu people. It involves money.
Yes.
And don't forget, when you have one Muhammad Ali, you will also have one Mike Tyson.
That's
so,
right.
You don't think that Muhammad Ali can just box everybody down, because there is also Mike Tyson that can punch you back. Okay?
Yes.
to me, in business, you must be able to, to find your own niche, a niche
Yes.
or a rat hole, I call it, a rat hole that even snake cannot go in. Okay, so you have to have a place that you can hide. And you, one of the philosophy that I've been adapting all along since I was young, because of bad experience, was not to ask an elephant, not to challenge an elephant for fight. Yeah, in other words, if I think that now, say big companies producing buns, are in trouble, don't go into their market and don't try to, just ram yourself into your market, into their market, unless you are well prepared for that.
Yeah, that's a good piece of advice.
Yep.
But there's a very good way to look at COVID-19 as a way to push a business to look into a different perspective, in this case, before COVID, your bun distribution is very much focused on Selangor, but after COVID, then you are looking into Malaysia, right? But of course, the distribution channel, there are some structure to be developed, like maybe agent in those states, ataupun ada dropship and so on that we can do. But again, that means after COVID, we have to revise our business model. Exactly. We have to revise our business plan. So coming back to the business plan, yes, when we Google business plan, there's a lot in the internet. Basically, people can just go there and copy, and that's it. But the one thing that is quite difficult for people to look for is what is the best duration for the business plan. People can write anything inside the paper, but what is the duration for the plan? Is it have to be 6 months? Is it has to be 1 year? Is it have to be 3 years? Because if it is too long, then it's not going to be something like very easy for us to anticipate. But is it too short? It doesn't resemble our vision and mission of the business. So how we can find the sweet spot between the duration of the business plan?
Right. That's me, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. To me, anything that you want to do, you have to focus, as I said earlier. And by focusing, I don't think any businessman should take anything more than 2 weeks. My target will be about 1 week. Focus yourself for 1 week, unless you need raw data. You need to do what you call pre-planning by going into the market and investigate what exactly is the situation. Then that will take a little bit longer. The pre-planning part is going to take a little bit longer. But to me, the real once you have all the information, once you have you have crystallized what exactly you want to do, the writing process should take not more than 1 week. That's my target.
How about the plan itself? Should it be 1 year, 2 years when we do the planning?
Well, at least 5 years.
5 years.
At least 5 years. You have to look forward. You cannot be having a 3 months business, or maybe to take politics into our analogy. You cannot aspire to have a 22 months government. You have to be able to sustain, like I did. We have been able to sustain ourselves for 11 years from the time we started. And this is at least looking forward. I would rather have a 10-year period, looking forward, rather than 5 years. But not everybody can think ahead for that long. Okay? So I would think at least 5 years is a good period for you to think and to look forward to.
Yes.
So that means if you want to craft a business strategy inside that business plan, the best duration will be somewhere around 5 years.
Exactly. Yes.
All right. Okay. Now it brings me to the next question. You know, when we crafted the strategy for the next 5 years, of course, along the way there are a little bit here and there that we change, something like that. For example, in the bun manufacturing. So maybe after 3 months down the road, then you find that people like vanilla flavored bun,
Right.
but it's not in the business plan. So what should the business do? Should they stick fix themselves to the business plan, or along the way they can change a little bit here and there?
Well, I think any businessman must be flexible enough to allow for changes. You see, because in particular, when you go into new markets, which you yourself wouldn't know and wouldn't be able to tell very much, okay? And it is not just new market, meaning that you meet new people, you meet new type of customers, you try to you come and you come to understand new customers better, and then only you realize that your business plan has not spelled out the situation. But it's also business is dynamic. Business is very dynamic. As I said, don't ask an elephant or don't challenge an elephant for a fight, okay? Because once it wakes up and face you and have all intents and purposes against you, then you will be in real trouble, okay? So you have to also understand your competitors, and you can't really understand your competitors unless you go into their market. You have head-to-head, what you call head-to-head, lock on with them. And then only you realize that you have to change. Okay, and all this must be allowable in a business plan. If all will be spelled out in business plan, I think it will be, number one, impossible. It will be very thick. Yeah, and number two, you can't be able to forecast for that long and look forward for that long, and you can't be able to know everything ahead of you. Okay, so it must be a general outline. Yeah, but not general, not too general until it is not specific enough for you to start your engine and go. Okay, yeah, it must be able to like you want to start your car and go somewhere. You must know where you want to go. Johor Bahru, Alostar, yeah. You cannot be changing your idea that hey, this signboard to Johor Bahru look better than Alostar. Let's go Johor Bahru. Then that's not the way. That's not the way. Okay. So you must have a clear intention. Okay, I want to go to Johor Bahru, yeah, and I want to reach there within 4 to 5 hours, yeah. And in the meantime, I want to stop at Seremban, yeah, and do this and that. Okay, that is the kind of things that we must have in our business plan.
Do you have a lot of competition in your business?
Sorry, come again?
Do you have a lot of competition in your business?
Contradiction, is it?
No, competition.
Oh, competition, yes. Competition in buns, definitely a lot. Definitely a lot, yeah. Even your own agents, I have 4 or 5 agents already who try to produce their own buns and start their own selling in their own market. That is where you have to have your own niche. And our buns have got its own niche. I think we started very early as far as niche is concerned. We want to make sure that our buns cannot be produced at the same quality by others, even the. So we are able to do that. We are able to formulate our own secret formula, okay? Secret recipe, okay? And that secret recipe has become our protection all this while. So when people, our own agents say, for example, or even others try to copy our buns, they fail almost in 1 or 2 weeks after that. Because when people try their buns, people are not able to, people find that it is not suitable for their needs. Okay.
So your bun has a unique value, unique proposition, unique value.
Yes, you must have that, and you must be able to maintain that. That's where all your ingredients has got to be, tip top, and you must be able to make sure that there is no change in the recipe. Yeah? You have to be able to. It is a bit difficult, but we practice that all along from start. Yeah, we have to be able. Maybe this is the experience from my, being with a multinational company producing tobacco products. Okay, so we are able to make sure that we use the right ingredients, the right quality ingredient at the right amount. Yeah, each and every one of them until now. So tastes have not changed even in the past 11 years. And no one else has been able to copy our taste, luckily.
Okay, coming back to our tajuk hari ni lah. The main tajuk hari ni is what is the good business plan, right? So maybe I can just simply ask this question. Let's say you are an investor, and then there are lots of people coming to you with all the business plan and so on. So as an investor, what will be the item that you're going to look at and you will spend more time reading on the business plan, and why?
Yep. Okay, that would be tough. Even investors fail, in the evaluation, and that's why some people got successful and some people fail. And to me, any business must be evaluated in at least 2 or 3 aspects that are important. Number one, they must be able to sustain in a competitive environment. So you have to be able to see whether that plan has got enough what you call difference or what you call just now market niche that will be able to carry itself forward in the case the competitors, especially with the one with more money, more network, better strength, and more resilience, come at them and try to put them to sleep. Okay, so that's very important because without that, your money will be gone. Okay, especially for new ventures. Okay, and number two, you must be able to have a good, of course, what you call bottom line, where your profit and loss must be good enough, to pay back the banks, to pay back the staff, to pay back everybody else, and with enough balance to give back to the investors. So the investors must look at the bottom lines, and then what is the most important thing, is the applicability and the what you call maybe the elements is called SMART. It must be specific, it must be measurable, it must be what you call attainable, and it must be reliable, and it must be time scale. There must be a good time scale. Okay, but I would put some more and another letter there, which is challenge. It must be able to meet the challenges. Okay, it must have some challenging element in the business. It must be different from others. It is difficult. Everything is difficult, but the difficulty is realistic. There is a realistic chance that you can be able to overcome the difficulty through technology or through other means, or through management, organization, and all those. So these are 3 areas to me which are very important if I am an investor.
That's good.
Good. Tapi senang lah kan, because actually you are investing in your own company, right?
Yep.
So do you prepare business plan for your own company, since this is my business, this is my money, and then do you write all these formal business processes?
Not without my wife's knowledge. because other people, especially your family, would not understand the need for the business plan. But I came from an environment where we need to plan. When I was working with the multinational company, I was after the 7 years of my tenure there, I was recruited into the investment division. And one of the target was to make me draw up a business plan, one business which is completely new at the time to Malaysia. So I need to come up with a business plan. So it is already in my blood as far as business plan is concerned. But for your own business, yes, I admit that it is not really what you call a serious thing, and unless you are presenting your business plan to your boss. Okay, in your own business, you have your own business, but it is there in my computer. Yeah, bit and pieces, and not really bit and pieces. I have one section in my Excel where there is this business plan of mine. Okay, yep, it is there.
Para pendengar semua yang sebenarnya business plan ini is not only for the investor, not only for the outsider, but at least we must have our own plan. Although it's not in the format that widely used by the business community, but it is something that we understand what we want to do tomorrow, what we want to do next week, right? What we want to do next month and next year, something like that. So, do you have anything to add, sir?
Yeah, I think in your case, in J1, you are the owner. So the business plan is actually inside your head. It's inside your head. Every day.
It's also inside my computer.
Yeah. No, the total business plan, I assure you, is in your head. Morning when you wake up, yes, you are thinking about your business. At night when you go to bed, you're also thinking about your business.
Exactly, yes.
That is the business plan. That is the thought process you go through. Boleh,
right,
can do this way, boleh buat itu macam, ini macam. You're constantly looking at alternatives, evaluating many opportunities. Maybe you want to buy a smaller bun manufacturer, or change your product line, change your distributor. So the business plan is in your head. But what we are saying is, for many businesses, you should share your business plan with your team. If you have a slightly larger business, you should sit down with your team and share the business plan. So they can give the input. They can say, oh, this one we cannot do. We cannot increase sales by 300%, not possible. Or we cannot change the product halfway. We already bought all the ingredients. So the feedback is very important. Yes. Especially in small businesses. It's good to have a discussion with management. Maybe in this case, in your case, is with your wife. But it's still a very positive thing where you debate various aspects of the business plan.
Exactly, yes.
A lot of SME, they just plunge into business. Somebody lend them 50,000, 30,000. They try to do business. Dia tak ingat tau. Business is a serious thing. It's not like you say it's an elephant. If you don't do properly, it will tendang you. You will go flying. You lose all your money.
That's right.
Some more worst case, you go and borrow, and that money you got to return to the bank. So it become very ugly. So day one, what we are suggesting to all our listeners is, sit down and do a simple business plan and share that with your team. So your team knows, like you said just now, where the car is going, Alostar or Johor Bahru. You think you're going to Alostar, but the team is thinking it's going to Kuantan. So, there is a mismatch of the company's objectives and the team objectives. So that's also very important to share.
Yes.
So that's why today we said the topic is what is a good business plan? So you mentioned 3 points which are very important in any business. And I was reading somewhere, one very famous American CEO said, what you cannot count, you cannot control. It's actually
Right.
AT&T, Mr. Green is very, very famous in the US.
Yes.
What you cannot count, you cannot control. A lot of
Right.
people do business, very saying it. They don't know how much they sold, how much must pay the supplier,
Yes.
who is waiting to be paid, salary to be paid when. I'm talking about SME. Of course, if you look at Malayan Tobacco, they will have all the best systems in the world. They are giant. But SME should learn the discipline. Try to do a simple cash flow. You don't need to be an accountant. In, out. Have some discipline in your business. So that will be very, very helpful. In your case, you're very experienced. So you can run the business just by yourself. But a lot of SME don't have this kind of experience and they go haywire because the plan is not there. So that's why we today wanted to talk about a good business plan. And of course, financial is very important, strategy is very important. And one more thing you didn't really share with us is, what is a growth plan for you? Where do you want to go?
Where do I want to go?
Okay. What is your growth plan?
Can you hold on? Can you hold on for a while, because my battery is getting low and I don't know where it is. I don't know where the link point is. Just about 2 minutes. You continue to discuss.
No problem. Take your time. Maybe meanwhile I can share some of my experience in doing business before I joined Innovative International College.
Okay, good.
I do this t-shirt printing business somewhere in 2013. So I borrowed money from bank. So I have little bit cash there. Actually, it's supposed to be a very good business because I already have existing buyer. I already have existing customer. And then what I need to do is just do the printing, that's all. Because I have already order in hand. Then, but turn out the business failed because when number one, of course, because I don't have experience. But I think the bigger reason is due to basically I don't have any plan. I didn't write it down. You know, the reason why I want to do this business because I want to be my own boss, you know. But the thing is, if I didn't write it down, who's going to track my performance? Who's going to, you know, because when we write this business plan, when we write it down, it's like a commitment between myself and myself, you know.
Yes.
There's nobody else because this is my money, this is my business. So if I didn't do it, so nobody going to say that, hey, come on, wake up today that you need to deliver this thing and so on. So that's why I think business plan is very critical. Although this is your business, you know, you have to write it down. Then when we write it down, then we can see this is the cost, this is the price. You know, at 20% profit, is the price competitive compared to the competitor in the area and so on. That's the only opportunity, you know, if we write it down before we spend any money, you know, before we do the next step. The plan is very important. So I learned it the hard way.
Yes. Well, in the same breath, I think writing a business plan is very important, not only for you. You may have, as Mr. Ravi has just said, I may have the idea in my mind already. I think, I sleep, I walk with my business plan, okay? But you are not alone. That is that is a problem. If your business were to grow, you need staff. Your staff need to share with you, especially your key staff need to share with you the business. Okay, and you cannot give him bits and pieces. You have to give him at least those that you can share with your staff in terms of marketing, in terms of what you call staffing and all those. Yeah, so that they know. they know the direction of the business and they know what is expected of them. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you yourself, yeah, at the same time, need to re-evaluate your business. So without a written document, yeah, you won't be able to do a re-evaluation. Okay,
that's right.
So to me, re-evaluation must take place at least every 6 months.
Yes.
So that you can have a look, yeah, at whether your assumptions at the time when you started, yeah, was right or wrong, yeah, and you'll be able to do the correction. Okay.
Yes.
Well, the correction can be in terms of details, but it may affect some of those that you have written. Okay. Then, of course, there are others like bankers, yeah, like investors, even business partners who would like to know at least part of your business, certain part that are important to them. You see, when you have everything already documented, yeah, in one place, you will not be running helter skelter looking for
That's right. That's
right. The information. At least there is one in your file. Okay?
You bring up a very good point, Chewan. We didn't mention this earlier. Any business plan you must review regularly.
Yep.
No point you write a business plan, put in a drawer and you kunci. No point. 6 months or 3 months, depending on how dynamic your business is, you should take out a review. Then you see, oh, my target is too low. My cash flow is wrong. I need one more person here. I don't need this person. So every 6 months or whatever frequency is matches your business, you must keep changing. So the tool that allows you to changing is this written document called a business plan. So that's why we're trying to emphasize to people, even if it's one page, write down the main points. Look at it every 6 months. Today you may be selling, say, 1,000 buns. In 6 months' time, you may be selling 10,000. We don't know. But when you look at the 10,000 and then you look at the 1,000, and then you ask yourself, how come the business grow like that? I didn't even know. So you begin to understand your own business better.
Right.
So that's very, very important. The review aspect is also very important for all businesses, whether big business, Petronas, or a small business, doesn't matter. You have to constantly review, change, discuss, and sharing is also very important. Your staff must know where you're going. Some bosses, they come in, they do their own thing. They say, do this, do that, give instruction. Today's world, nobody wants to take instruction. There's new generation, they don't want to take instruction. It's not like our time, we follow the boss. Now, no. Now the new generation, you must explain to them, I'm doing A, B, C, and this is the result, and all that. And also, the new generation got a lot of ideas on digital, what they call social media. So we must bring them in. So business plan is a cohesive effort for the whole company to come together and pull together.
Yes.
So this is what we want to emphasize to all our listeners today. And you have given us some very good pointers also from your real life experience. Because I'm sure 11 years you are in the business, you have had business plan, which is, if you look at 11 years ago, your business plan and today, you can see a huge difference, right?
Exactly, yes.
Huge difference. So that difference is your thinking. The amount of effort, mental effort you put in to change your strategy, to change how you operate. But this is a history that you must always have in any company, I feel.
Yes. And don't forget, Mr. Ravi and Anas, don't forget the fact that your staff are also human. They are looking forward to plan their career. Okay, they must have a career plan of their own. So they have a lot of questions in their mind, about whether they are they will be able to sustain themselves with this company that they have joined, and not only that, whether once their family also is growing, Yeah, more children going to school and whatnot.
That's
Their
right.
income will be able to increase. Yeah, there will be what you call that. There are plans by this business, to allow for them to grow within the company. So it is a two-way effort. The business plan become the core planner. Yeah, for everybody to plan their own their own future. You see. Not only the business to plan their own, the future of its own, but also everyone within the business will also be able to use that as a leverage or as an anchor to plan for their own
That's right.
what you call growth. You see, which is important because your children are going to school, and once they go to school, the amount of money that they earn today, let's say when they are single, they can earn about 1,000, and they can say that they are already rich. Okay, but once you get married, then 2,000 will not be enough. Once you have children, then 4,000 or 5,000 will not be enough. Okay, so you have to see that kind of growth pattern in for your own family. You have to be able to tell yourself that staying with this company is good enough for me. Yeah, to have my future, and I will grow myself. Yeah, maybe one day to become a partner to this company if I work hard enough. That will be a motivation for your staff.
That's right. That's a very, very important point in J1. Very, very important. The staff must feel that they are growing with the company and they are not left behind. Correct, Anas?
Yes, correct. I'm looking at the clock now. So I think sedar tak sedar kita dah about 1 hour during this
so fast
session. So fast. So cuma before we end this session kan, tadi Cik Wan Rashid sebut pasal ban kan. Jadi kita nak tahulah lebih sedikit tentang apakah brand ban Cik Wan ni dan kat mana nak dapatkannya, dan ada tak peluang untuk orang nak jadi ejen dan sebagainya?
Yes, terima kasih je Anas. Ban kita ni boleh didapati. I think at the moment popping from my head, I need to give you my number maybe.
Okay, maybe you can call your number. We will record it.
I don't know how to put it here. Okay, but I'll just mention it to you.
Yeah. You just mentioned.
It's good enough. My number is 013 363 7560.
Okay.
So you can contact me using that number. Yeah. At the moment we are registered with Shopline.
Okay.
So you can go to Shopline. Shopline has got a retail outlet called Supply Bunny.
Okay.
So you can go into Supply Bunny, and some of our bun has been registered there, for sale. Supply Bunny. Okay.
Supply Bunny,
Bunny.
Where is this shop, J1?
Well, the shop is online, so you can.
Oh, it's all online. So you don't have a physical retail shop at all?
Well, my physical shop is in Pasar Tani and Pasar Malam. My place of production of the buns is in my house. I've got an extension. I live in a small bungalow, so there is some area which I can use for I got some extra land that I built a small factory, homemade, for homemade purposes, and we have been surviving on that for the last 11 years. Our fixed shop, not really shop, it is a push cart, is in Sungai Buloh, restaurant Jejantas Sungai Buloh. If you come from the north, going to KL, stop by there, and you can see buns, Well, I was the first one starting there 10 years ago, but now you have 3 or 4 bread sellers in restaurant Jejantas Sungai Buloh. I mean, the confidence in buns are growing.
Yes.
The first time I went there, people said to me that you can't survive with buns. You have to at least have cakes, buns, pastries, whatever. But I say no. I want to just stick with buns. And thank God until now, we've got 4 what you call different outlets. Me one and three others have started believing in buns and selling buns there and selling breads or whatever. Yeah, in restaurant Jijanta Sungai Buloh. So that is my fixed place over there. It's a push cart, not an outlet, and not a what you call a garage, but it's more like a push cart. Okay? And in Pasar Malam, we have got about 12 places, Pasar Malam and Pasar Tani, 12 places, which we go every day, once a week in each place. Okay, in some days, like the weekend, we go twice, one in the morning and one in the evening. Okay, so these are the areas. Yeah. But at the moment, you can try the line that I gave. Yeah.
Okay.
And order from that. We'll charge you a little bit of what you call delivery charge, and you can then enjoy our buns. You know,
maybe one of our college function we order your bun.
Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
You can try that. Yeah, it is good, and it has enough choice for any function because we have about 27 type of fillings inside the bun. 27. It's one of the biggest, I think, as far as it's one of the most choice that you can have from any bun producer.
Anas got your contact. We certainly will get in touch with you because we have many functions for the students, you know, orientation, this and that.
All right. Yes. Yeah. That would be ideal.
Order some bun. Yeah.
Yes,
excellent. Excellent.
Are you open to any dropship agent to distribute your bun?
Not really dropship because this is buns. But once we have already modified our system of selling buns, we were selling frozen bun now. Okay. I envisage it is like agent distribution function. Okay. With a delivery function. I mean, they have one fridge in their home. Yeah, in Kelantan or maybe in Johor, in even Sarawak, Sabah. Yeah, we send them the buns. They can keep in the fridge. When people order in the area, they can just take from the fridge and then send to the customer. And they got the what you call the fee for sending the buns and also for keeping the buns. You know, to pay for their electricity. That is the kind of concept that we are having now, not yet implemented. Yeah, because when we start doing online, we find that is essential. So we're coming to that. We're coming to that very soon. So we don't want to call it dropship because they don't really, they don't really act as a dropship's agent, but it is more like what you call a storage manager plus or deliverer.
Excellent. That's a good innovation you have.
Yep.
And I guess the innovation was spurred by COVID.
Yes,
because
it is COVID.
You thought
it is COVID. Yeah. Thank you, my friend COVID.
Yeah.
But don't come near me. Don't come near me, okay?
COVID give them opportunities. Some people sometimes they don't realize. You have to sit down and think and see what's the opportunity of COVID.
Well, every once in a while you need that kind of impetus, a spur, to let you go further. And I think this is one of it. COVID is definitely a big one. Right. It's going to change a lot of business. It is changing mine.
Absolutely. Yep. Yours is a good example. Right. Well, Anas, we have taken more than 1 hour of J1's time. It was a very good discussion. Like I say, you're a practitioner. We have a lot of practical tips and points from you, which is very valuable to our listeners. And I would like to thank you once again for joining us on this innovative business channel. And we look forward to seeing you again one of these days.
Why not? Yes. And I thank you very much, Mr. Ravi and Mr. Anas. For giving me an opportunity. This is my first time going online or going digital or whatever you call it, live. And give me a bit of idea on how how to proceed in the era of digital business. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Welcome.
Bye, Anas. Bye, Inchewan.
Looking forward for our next session this coming Tuesday at same time, 2 p.m.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.